Man is more than a physical being. He's a spiritual being. And his spiritual needs are just as real as his physical needs. Understanding the human design helps you understand what your needs are and how to fulfill those needs. You'll also be able to help others understand how to fulfill their needs. The soul is the center of self-awareness, thought, feeling, and will. Essentially, your identity as a person is associated with your soul. Wherever your soul is, that is where you are. This is not true of the physical body. If your body dies, you are no longer associated with the body. Remember the examples of Rachel, Elijah, and Jesus? Their examples demonstrate at physical death, the soul separates itself from the body. This is an interesting principle because, biblically speaking, we can define death in terms of a separation. Just as physical death is a separation of the soul from the body, likewise, spiritual death is a separation of our souls from God, not from our soul and spirit. The definition of this death is given in 1 John chapter 5, verse 12. It says, "He that hath the Son hath life, and he that hath not the Son of God hath not life." To have the Son refers to a personal relationship with Him. At the moment of salvation, because of the new birth, you're a child of God. This relationship is permanent. You may not always be in good fellowship with your Father in heaven, but you'll always be His child. On the other hand, if you don't have the Son, you're not in fellowship with Him. You're separated from His presence. There's no relationship. So then, spiritual life is a relationship with Jesus Christ, and spiritual death is a separation from Jesus Christ. In similar fashion, physical life is a relationship between the soul and the body, whereas physical death is a separation from the soul and the body. Thus, we've established a biblical definition for life and death, both physical and spiritual. In light of this definition, we can classify people into 4 categories. First, the living dead. Second, the dead living. Third, the living living. And fourth, the dead dead. It sounds like an old science fiction movie, doesn't it? Who do you think the living dead are? These are people who are alive spiritually but dead physically. They have a relationship with Jesus Christ, so they are spiritually alive, but their souls have separated from their bodies, so they're physically dead. They're Christians who have died and are now in heaven. Now the dead living are the lost in the world. They're dead spiritually, that is, separated from Jesus Christ, but alive spiritually because their souls are separated from their bodies. They have a great spiritual need that demands attention. The living living are Christians in the world today. They have a relationship with Jesus Christ, and their souls are still in their bodies. The dead dead are the worst off. They are lost people who have died physically and their souls are burning in the lake, which burns with fire and brimstone. This group is separated from Jesus Christ forever. There are no more opportunities for them to escape condemnation. All of their chances and opportunities to receive eternal life are gone. This is not the group to be in. Thinking of people in these 4 groups puts life and death into a perspective. While everyone concentrates on preserving physical life, many, if not most, neglect their spiritual life and needs. Physical death is nothing compared to spiritual death. Physical death brings an end to physical awareness and existence. Spiritual death is an experience that lasts forever. It's ironic that people ignore the most important need to care for the less important desires. Hopefully, you'll not be so negligent now that you understand what life and death are all about.